Wordcast, a program that helps you identify yourself in one word, branding your entire life into one word. This is the idea about Wordcast. This program is going to be completely in English, and this program is going to talk about how to identify your character, your personality, the way you are, who you are, what you are, your behaviors, and then identifying seasons of growth with respect to yourself, and then defining and redefining yourself in one word. For example, if you take my life, I would say that the one word that stands out for me and tells my whole life is communication. My whole business is about communication. I do verbal communication where I talk, I coach people, I train people, I help others to become expert speakers. I help them to think spontaneously. And the second thing I do is visual communication. Visual communication, I go out, make films, I write scripts, I do creative writing. I make sure that they are visually brought out through the camera, through the various other tools that we have. So you and I need to understand that at one point in time that there is one word that is constantly going to rule your life, and you need to figure that out. So what is your word? And we're going to discover that through talks. We're going to spend time talking and understanding what is actually around you. What is your call? What's your persona? And then connecting them together with the energy that you have, and then say like, this is my one word, so I'm going to stick to this stuff. This is the speciality of Wordcast. So all the episodes that we're going to have here is to ensure and understand that you have your word in the right place, and you're going to just move forward in life. That's the idea. It's a very progressive program. I want you people to understand the core of this program in identifying your word. It's your word, and it's you. That word is talking about you. So I'm going to invite a lot of people on these shows. You're most welcome for Wordcast. So if you can emphasize and tell us more about how this came into your system and how the word called word itself is so powerful for you. So that'll be really helpful. Yeah, so that's the point. Identifying that word, what word is actually animating you and what word can take you through to the rest of your life so that you can look to it and every time you get a new perception of that word. So for me, it is more like the word itself was the animating source for me. So I gave an acronym for it, and I said like word means WORD, willing, obeying, receiving, doing. So it's like kind of when you're willing to do certain things, only you can do it. And when you're adhering to it is when you can actually bring forth, and only when you're able to receive things, you'll be able to give things. So that is the action to doing. So that's how I put it as word. So that word itself is the word. So I put communication as the most important aspect. So the mission vision statement which I made itself was like, communication is the most effective in making, keeping, establishing relationship. Nourishment for any relationship is through communication. A communication gap may either cause to weaken a relationship or divide one. And the greatest expression of communication is love. That is the greatest ever thing that can be found within you, that you match anything and everything with love. So that's the greatest of all the consciousness. So if that could be understood properly, how communication plays a very important role in anything and everything that we do, you found your word. That is how I found my word. So for me, the word is communication. So communication in two formats. One is verbal. I'm able to speak because I'm able to grasp, understand, observe, and then give it back to people and make it as easy for people so that they'll be able to see things and understand and put it into action immediately as quick as possible. Spontaneity. And visual communication, where you bring different mediums of visual communication, maybe from pictures to the videos to cameras to films to whatever you call it, is all visual communication. So these are two super aspects which is driving my life, my business, my people around me, my family, everything. Communicate. And there are times when you have challenges where you can't make people communicate. And that's when you have to change the format of communication. For example, my daughter can't speak. So how am I able to change the format of communication with her? Huge challenge. And that's been a very big challenge for me, because like I'm someone who's a communication expert, who's able to speak, rate of speech, blah blah, whatever it is, but my daughter is not able to speak at all. So it is a challenge for me. So I have to find a new mode of communication with her. But still we communicate. That's important. So life must go on irrespective of word. So that is what we want to bring through this Wordcast program, where we make you identify whether you are an individual who's seeking for your right word, or a businessman who's seeking for your right word, or a brand that is seeking for the right word. We'll have to sit and brainstorm. We have to sit together, talk, and only over a period of time we'll be able to bring that out. So I want to welcome people for the show, and those who want to come and get an a complete understanding of this, most welcome. So that's Wordcast from here. That's from Speak Station. Thank you.